at number 1 of our best of 3 series. And I realised actually the names are wrong over on OBS, so I'm going to go ahead and fix that. But yeah, 9th round. CT side, T side, what are we looking at here?
I don't think it really matters, to be honest. On most maps, I don't think it matters that much. You've got to play both sides, so do you really want to get too into it? And the trouble is, there are so many times where teams go and try and get onto their favoured side on a particular map, and then they don't perform as well as they would have liked, and it gives you a big psychological disadvantage. So, you know, I think it's going to be a pretty even situation, whoever ends up where. And you think with IGI there might be a team that relies purely on out-and-out fragging ability, but they've shown that they've got some set strats. They showed that they can counter-strat as well, so I don't think it's a massive disadvantage if they find themselves on CT to begin with. So Knife is underway. We'll see the teams choosing where they want to go, and then we'll be underway in this upper bracket matchup.
Okay, well, you saw IGI back when you were casting with John when they faced off against Xenex, and you now have a rough idea of what kind of form these guys are on this weekend.
Yep.
You're going to pin this match to go IGI's favour, or do you still think the CEX, or do you go in my favour? Where I think CEX is probably going to win it. Maybe 2-1, maybe 2-0, but I think CEX are going to win it. Where do your loyalties lie today?
I think CX will win it, but I think that IGI are going to make it interesting. Probably we'll see a third map out of this.
All right, then, well, let's see the early setups coming in from the CT and T side. Hemsky is going to go straight down the middle area, just to try to see if he can take someone out, but Taylor's going to come up huge and get that opening frag for the IGI side. Just straight in, shut them down on 5-on-4 already, and IGI will just hold back in towards their default, going down the banana area. LS will be the man to hold it back, but he's going to get forced away, and Dance will have to rotate in on support, and IGI got this man advantage. It's going to be a very strong push in towards the B side here.
Sure is, and they're going for it. One up towards the coffins, going to try and slow up as best they can. Mr. Hui with the opening frag, though, on LS, and this is a nice entry into the site. Potential retake, but 5v3 against the Glocks is going to need a couple of one-taps with the silenced USPs, and they do try and go for it. Little boost to get over the smoke. Little boost from Mr. Hui as well, looking over the top of orange boxes. And looks like Astro is taking some damage and eventually walks into a headshot. So pretty much going to be first round on the board for IGI here.
Now dancing in a 1v4, and IGI look to try and take it to kick things off. A very nice start from that T side now. They get themselves the bomb plant, they get themselves around, and that's going to leave CX a little bit far out across early days. Still have to go through the conversion ecos, and we will see them forced by, as is standard, as is part of the CSGO meta. We're seeing a scout out for Danceys. This doesn't surprise me. I have seen pretty nutty AWP play, so if there's anyone who can make some serious impact frags for CEX in this round, it would be him, but sadly he's gone out towards the middle area. No one from IGI has peeked him. Doc's actually managed to get himself a little bit of map control down towards that mid area and does force Dancey back in towards truck side, so he'll make his way back on towards the site and rely on the suppression from Hemsky and Link. Meanwhile, on the B side, Astro and LS are holding it down on their lonesome. A 2v2 up against, that's NK and Taylor. The bomb not going to make his way in towards any particular manner of sight, but as I said, IGI look like they're going to form up and just go for the definitive push on towards B. A couple of flashbangs, a couple of smokes out towards the crosser. Good counter flash coming in from the CTs. Does blind off the 2 players up first, and Astro will get the first kill, but there's NK easily shutting it down. $1,200 in the bank for him in the MAC 10. Rotations will come in from the CTs, but this doesn't look like a retake that will be very possible here.
No, it doesn't. He called it Dances. Could have done some damage with the scout, but he got there just a second too late to stop anyone going up banana. So the advantage that they maybe had there was neutralised, and that force didn't pan out quite the way that they would have liked. But IGI going to piggyback through. The MAC 10 is a very useful purchase. It's my preferred purchase these days on T side as well, because it's cheap, and as you say, you get $1,200 out of it if you get a couple of kills. So very useful weapon, very effective, and actually half decent at range as well. You can take people out of the mid window on Mirage with it, for example. One of the Xenex players may be having a look at Banana, realise there's 3 weapons looking in his direction.
Ooh.
Link's taking a double. Nice work from him.
That's crucial as well, because they lose the AK. That's pretty much the most they invested into that round than any one individual player. Mr. Hui, as a result, if he invests down into this one, it's going to be looking very weak. Just a single flashbang and no head armor for him. That's such a crucial couple of kills from Link. Yes, he took out the MAC 10, which isn't too much of an issue for NK. He's got the money to buy up anyway, but more crucially for Mr. Hui. And already, it's going to be the CEX side coming out swinging. Miss Dox is down to 32 HP, and that's just a start right here. He peeked out towards that main area. I assume that's Dances with the AWP who held out towards mid. And now once again, IGI will go in for the banana aggression. It has worked out so well, but Link's still fragging as he trades 2 for 1. NK and Taylor eventually will combine back to the man advantage of the IGI side. Once again, there's just this scout in play in the 5-7 armor on Hemsky as well. I'm surprised he hasn't got the AWP up for the CEX side, but we'll see how the secondary AWP does play out for them. Good shot coming in, takes down NK, recovers one of those AK-47s. And if I was Hemsky, I would just advise getting himself right out in towards the A site. And now Dancy, he'll land his wall bangers as well. Looks for the second, but he will get forced away. Hemsky will rotate and support, but he's going to go down eventually back to the 2v2.
And Dancy's, what a shot that was from mid as well. And crisp stuff on display already from CeX. Early stages, Astro, though, he had the spray down opportunity and he missed it. Red Guards had time to spin and turn, and Mr. Hui cleans up. So IGI take the 3-0 advantage in this first map. But we're going to see the first buy coming in from the CTs. Going to be favouring utility. No AWPs up at this stage, and it looks like they've got a decent buy coming in, a few without head armor, but going up against AKs doesn't matter. It's one-shot headshot regardless.
Coming onto this round, you can see sort of like how the damage has shaped the IGI buy up. They've got a Galil out for Taylor just because he can't really afford to go for an AK Kevlar and utility-based buy. So he went a little bit lighter on the weaponry to go for that, go for a little bit of utility usage. Double flash smoke out for him. And the rest of IGI will have the AKs as well. The money line isn't looking that great for IGI at this point in time. It's still much better than the CT side of CEX, but if they lose 3 players in this round, then we could be seeing a couple more force buys and potentially just getting broken and coming into round 5. So we'll see what they do. Once again, no AWP on either side, as you said. And Taylor, well, he's got a lot of map control in towards the B side, trying to line up both kills, but LS will be able to get the trade back to the 4v4, and no one else from IGI would challenge. They will just hold back passive for the moment.
Yeah, why not? I think go for that opportunity. If it didn't pan out, then you can reset and try somewhere else, and that's where they're going now, towards the top and mid. Managed to get in there, but they are dealing with some improved weaponry compared to last time out for the CT side. 50 seconds left to go on the clock, so they don't have to rush just yet. Maybe we'll think about making a move soon, though. NK, he picks up Hemsky as he tries to flash himself in, but ends up flashing himself more than any terrorist, and now making their way to the site. Well, they pick up Link. Well, Astro, he's already throwing the rope-a-dope, and then Link from the gay spot gets picked up from the boost, and he's got his second from there. It's a 1v1 Sitch now.
He's 1v1. NK's got the health advantage, but Link can still tap his head off. 11 HP, 10 HP down. And the AK just needs to find a single headshot. If NK can land a good spray, then he still finds himself in the opportunity. Good flashbang, realizes the utility he has, but Link's still holding face, and now NK knows where he is. He's in graveyard, trying to Molotov him out, and he forces the peek. With just 10 HP, Link's going to win that one every time, and it will be the first CT round on the board. But something I do want to highlight is the very good play from the CT side, where they had one player set up in this corner here, and one more out towards his. I'm trying to draw. I can't really do it without, making a massive circle. And they were focusing fire. Once this one had drawn the attention of the first CT out here, he moved on through, and this player out here was able to take him down. And just like that, the defensive was held strong so far for CeX. That's what allowed that 1v1 situation to come to a head, and that's what allowed IGI now to go in with a bit of a quasi-buy.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. If you're sitting in the boost spot like that, you'll get one frag before you trade it out, and trades pretty much always favour the Ts rather than the CTs. Playing the crossfire in the way they did, it allowed that to be a much better position, allowed that player to drop off, and then pick up the clutch for him. Lincoln, he is on point again. He's got one. That Molotov is going to slow down the push. He's got the second out of the balcony, and they are making their way down, but these guys are so lit. Link with the 4K, and then Hemsky comes in to clean up.
Trying to see if anyone can recover the AK. Yes, Hemsky does get the AK out. So Link's done his work. He'll have his payday. 7,000, the richest player in the server, post the buy, and as a result, he'll get the AWP out, drop it straight to Hemsky. So let's watch what he can do. His performance at Epic Land was something to be of note when he was playing under the CEX banner. So he'll take the AWP towards mid. Let's watch how he does. He's actually going to focus on second. We're expecting IGI to go for this split star play, but so far not to be. They'll go back in towards that banana and apps default, and also a little bit of aggression towards me and Mr. Hui. No, actually going up towards the apps side instead. So 1-for-1 trade going down banana as Taylor gets taken out, and Astro is the first man to fall. They do get themselves a little bit of a payday. Once again, Dances, there's 2 UMPs in play, so CTs will be looking to try and farm up some money here.
NK manages to get LS, who walks straight into his iron sights over towards the logs area, though. Maybe a little too aggressive at 4v4. He didn't need to do that. And I maybe would have favoured if he was going to rotate going through the CT route. But, it's understandable. You want to try and get up Banana. You think they might be committing towards the other site. And then you get the opportunity to come up from behind. You don't want to be too slow on the rotate. Yeah, I can see the thought process. But unfortunately, it hasn't quite worked out. But maybe Link, he gets traded out in the pit. If he found a couple of crisp AK headshots, it would have been a different story. But, that AWP is not particularly mobile on the rotate. And Dancy's has only got an ump in hand.
This retake looking very unlikely for CEX. Dancies and Hemsky will still go for it anyway. Trying to bait a shot coming in from one of the IGI players, but that also risks them getting taken down. Getting some flashbangs out, and after seeing no response, no bite from the IGI side, they will rotate away. And that is the smartest thing at this point in time. The economy for the CTs is looking all right. It will be the single round loss bonus going into the next round, which I think just doing a little bit of basic maths could potentially force the buy. And with that AWP in play from Hemsky, that just makes it even better. They could still steal a round away from IGI, and that could also break their own economy. So now it's a war of attrition. Who's going to lose their wits first? Who's going to get reset first? And who's going to run out of money? In this case, IGI, 2 players to buy back down, so this one should be relatively strong. Should be seeing 5 AKs. Not the drop coming in from Redgers, or actually maybe he could drop the AWP. I think they're thinking about it. No, he's just going to get out a second AK. Okay, so the AWP stays in play for Hemsky. They've got an AK, 2 M4s, 1 from us, looking pretty solid for the CTs.
Yeah, for sure. And I like the play of not going for the AWP on T side. I don't find it particularly effective. And I tend to play AWP, and you'll peek the MIG angle, or you might peek up towards Car, but the Car player probably won't face that often. It's a tough shot if you do go for it. They're probably getting there just before you do. So, yeah, it's risky. And then if you do get into a site, you've got to get the AWP into a position that's useful. Hemsky misses the leg just narrowly on Docs. We're taking him down to about 15 points of health, and they're now going fast to this balcony. They got cut down here last time. They're challenging Link again. He's got 2. Hemsky with the AWP as well in the mid area as they try and get the split. Hasn't panned out, and it's going to be round to CX at this rate.
AWP and M4 combined for 3 kills. Hemsky looking for his second and potentially third in the round. They're both making their way up through Archside. They've got 60 seconds on the clock. IGI, this is not looking good at all. And now they're giving away. I think they probably know where both those T-side players are. So players are wrapping in from the back. They've got one out towards CT in case they need some support. And also the quick rotation from Dancy with the AK. This could get very, very deadly still for IGI. But they have actually got themselves a decent line in here. NK has made his way up towards the archway. And he's taking down Hemsky as well. So suddenly this becomes doable unless Docs goes down, in which case it becomes very, very difficult. A 1 versus 3 with 11 HP, and Dancy will swat him out, take himself the double kill. The AWP should get... No, they've left the AWP actually back towards the A side, so not going to get recovered there. They go for the 2 AKs. They can't buy it in this round, but hopefully if they can keep their money up, then maybe they can... oh, no, sorry, no, Dancy's got the got 6,000. Actually, he can drop it, so... There we are, nicely done. CTs will have another buy down, but economy's still not looking good. IGI, what we got? Tech 9s, 3 PT50s, 1 CZ, a couple of bits of armor and a helmet, a few flashbangs to boot.
Yeah, for sure. And this is the time where CX want to try and open the taps and get some rounds together. Dancy's going to be dropping back. And it's a difficult spot, that, because it's very easy for IGI to throw a couple of smokes later in the buy rounds, at least, and spam through. At this stage, they're just going in a line up for him, 1 at a time. Dancy's with 3. Can he get the 4th? No, LS is going to pick up the honours there. That's 2 for him to add to his account. And we are back to 4-4 with that eco bash.
Nice play from Link and Dancy's. They've kind of been the 2-star players. Dancy, when he brings his AWP out, can shut down many players on the defensive. And Link, well, he plays so well towards that pit position, when everybody comes charging out of those apps areas, he knows exactly how to spray control in perfect tandem just to shut down every single play with IGI. Combined with an AWP on Hemsky or Dancy or any one of those players on the A side, it just means bad times for the IGI side. And you can see they're more favourable towards the B side. They're backing towards this banana default. 3 players pushed up. Taylor's would even tag down, however. And Dancy, well, this could get very, very deadly. Fortunately, the flashbang does force them to go back away, but LS still double dips, still takes him back down, and already the man advantage goes to the favour of CEX.
It does, and they're rolling CX. They've got some confidence going for that boost. Well, that's risky in itself. And then, whoa! And then LS is stepping away, but he's still thinking, I can get a frag if someone steps that corner. And he nearly does again. Sprays all around. NK down to 10 points of health. Redgar's going to try and throw some misdirection, but they are still waiting for him. Link up in the boost, and to be honest, that's a position that's been given away. Would have been nice if you could have saved that for a full-on rush, but still moving in that direction. Going to get the crossfire set up in the mid, spraying all around. Astro picks it up in the end, and we have CX taking their first lead in this match.
A little bit of discombobulation from the lone two IGI players when they made their way up through mid. NK on 10 HP, still peeked on through, trying to see if he can take down the player out towards the arch side, but just didn't happen today, and, you know, you're always going to get sprayed down when they continue to spray like that. And in this case, you know, CEX, I noticed they're taking a lot of advantages wherever they can. Maybe they're not getting picks, but even when they double dip back through, when they just take those peaks and they flashbang their way, put the AWP to try and get themselves a kill, even then, there was that one player, I think it was LS, who peeked in from this angle. And looked for a kill down here. That's why NK was down at 10 HP, because he was looking this way, and all he did was just peek on through, shut him down, and that was that. Yep. So very nicely done from CEX, just taking every single advantage they can. Once again, that leaves IGI back to an eco. They've got P250s, they've got little Kevlar, they've got little utility as well. They are going to get a trade 1-for-1 at the very least, so the P250s are doing some damage, but at the same time, Dox is down to 30 HP. They're going to rely on this entire push, rely on this AK to come through, and Hemsky is just going to rip right through them. Now it's all Dox 1v4. It's not going to happen today. 6-4, favour to CEX.
Yeah, it is. And IGI, they've got 4 rounds on the board. Not a bad effort so far, but with the map being as wide as it is, it does favour you on T side, and this is starting to follow the same pattern as the first map against CeX, where CeX in this case and CeX in the last one, they just looked like the better team. They were winning the spray downs, they were winning the 1v1 situations, they were soaking up the pressure, they were making the picks, and it's got that similar feel to it. Now the question is, can IGI get themselves back into it, one in this map, or if they end up dropping this and the run continues, will they be able to get themselves back in the game in the second map and beyond? It's following a similar pattern, but I'm sure they've got time. Time for Dox to have another tear and drop a 20 bomb and make it very interesting for us here.
So far, CT placement is once again Dante's on this boost spot up the banana area. Very nicely done just to hold down. He got a tag last time he tried this. He didn't quite get the kill, but this instantly just shuts down the IGI default where they go in towards that banana position. So now they have to set up towards the A site. And once again, they're playing this methodically. The CTs know their strengths. They've got Link already in pit. Astro, this time he's placed up on the apps area just to kind of support him and give a little bit of an odd angle for IGI to come in if they do come in towards truck side. And indeed, they are coming down towards truck side. Good smoke down towards the Molotov. And now a quick rotation coming in from the AWP, and the lone two players on the B site come through quickly. Taylor first in. Astro gets the first kill, but Taylor's running wild. Takes 2, takes 3. Eventually gets traded back by Link, and he gets taken down as well. So it's all Dances alone. A 1 versus 2. Doesn't spot the first, but he realizes he's probably going to be planting towards default. And Redgers is on 38 HP. This won't be a very nice peak. In fact, if he landed the wall banger, then that would just be enough. And NK will be holding down the other side as well. So try and set up a defensive right here. They get themselves back in towards apps. This is pretty nice, but Dancy, he's still playing the range game. He's got the fuse kit as well, but he's got no utility. That might be a crucial point here.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be very difficult. The time would have been when he stepped, actually, and threw that flash out, but IGI were wise to it, didn't commit, and I think from that point, he could have maybe written it off and then gone for the save. Now he finds himself in a position he can't get a frag, he can't drop any weapons, it's 50-50 about whether he can even make it out of the site, and yeah, he's going to live to fight another day, but yeah, that was a risky play that he maybe should have realised wasn't going to happen as soon as he missed that shot out of library.
And IGI playing really smart. They know who Dances is, and he's done when he's under pressure as well. You know he can hit some ridiculous AWP shots. Again, I go back to the last Epic LAN. You know, there's that very famous clip that made the front page of /r/Global Offensive of me screaming my head off when Dances managed to 1v3 with the AWP. No scope and everything. And he'll pick up the first kill as well. Nicely done. Gets a lot of damage though, and misses the smoke on towards the Molotov. It does eventually extinguish when it does land a little bit shy to the left, but that's a pretty crucial win for IGI more than anything else, because now Dances can't take the aggressive angles. He's got to be forced back in towards Coffins, and on the B side, that's pretty much it. That's all you can really hold down. If IGI rush him out, you can take maybe one pick, then you have to force back and leave it all to LS, and LS himself is also very capable of holding down this B side, but if IGI can deal with him, then Dances is going to be in with basically a whole world of hurt. Yeah,
exactly. I guess the advantage is if you've already got the trade and you trade again, then that's going to work in your favour. But yeah, it's difficult, and you need to be working together as a bit of a pair if you're you get old Taylor. What a shot that is on Dances. It didn't matter if he had 100 points of health, he would have taken his head clean off anyway. What a savage that is, and they're into sight. LS is, well, he's stuck. He's got nowhere to go. He put in a spirited spray, but doesn't pick up anything, and now it's a 4v3 attempt at a retake coming in.
Low HP on IGI, but they're playing this exactly that they know. Early on in the match, they had the nice pushes on towards the B site. They made it work, and now they're making it work again here in the rifle rounds. A very difficult retake for the C&T side, but they have got some health advantage. 3 defuse kits as well, so they got extra time. Flashbanging on through, Astro checking the backstab, and actually they're a little bit timid. CEX are not going to go for this at all, and you know, that's understandable. It is a B site retake, but I've noticed that it's kind of a lot more sort of less active. These guys are playing a lot more passive in their CT side. And
yeah.
You know, that for the most part is how you should play a CT side, but these retakes especially as well, it seems like CEX are a lot less willing to go and potentially risk their weapons that they've already got through. And to me, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You know, they've got quite a decent economy state, and yeah, you know, I know that could get reset in this round if they had lost all 3 of those players, but I think they're giving a little bit too much to IGI. And IGI, you know, given an inch, they'll take a mile right now. They've evened up the scoreline. It is 6-6, so this is still anyone's game right here.
Yeah, exactly. And exactly right. Sometimes you've got to look at it and think, can we buy again next round? Yes, right, let's go for it. Astro straight away with one and Link with the other, so maybe it's paid off. The weapons have allowed them to trade in their favour. If they work together, Dances goes down, and you know, he's been kept quiet with the AWP so far and doing all right. Still a very positive KDR, but you know, you'd like to see him maybe do a little more, and they're managing to neutralise him about as best they can. LS has picked up the AWP, dropped back towards the coffins area, so playing in the default spot for an AWPer that maybe isn't that comfortable with an AWP in hand, and we'll see how that pans out. Super low HP as well, so he could catch a nade or a Molotov or one of the two, and NK going for it, throws a Molotov in that direction. LS throws a little flash to get him out of there, but looks like IGI might be able to take at least control of this B site.
Low HP on LS and Astro as well. You know, he's playing so passively back in towards the church side, so he can't really go through the likes of the Molotov right here because he just gets shot down, and indeed as NK peeks out through the flash, instant shot, 1 bullet is all he needs. And just like that, Ellis has no chance to try and drag back right here, but Hemsky is also chiming on through. The highest HP player suddenly goes down to 29 HP, and it's just like that, down to Mr. Hui playing towards the back of the site in Epsilon. He gets tapped the bomb, Astro's going to stick it. Mr. Hui got a peek, he doesn't realise it. Hemsky's going to make the distraction, and as a result, Astro will go down, but he does get the defuse, and the bottom line is that 7-6, the CT side. CEX will claim themselves the lead back once again.
They sure will, and one more is going to make sure that they guarantee win in the half, and to do that, well, that's a good result. If you win half CT side, you have done well. There is no other way to put it. And then it just comes down to how strong can they make it from that point. Double AWP set up though from the CTs. I think this is more out of what went down rather than anything else. LS on the boost or up on the sandbag. So first time they've tried this. Dancy's getting a little bit aggressive. LS drops away now, so his position will be known. They've given away that spot behind the sandbags, and he falls back to site along with Dancy's for a bit of support. And I think IGI stacking up towards this B site again. They've had a bit of success getting in there. They've managed to neutralise the threat of Dancy's in particular and LS to a point. So maybe that's where they feel like they've got a chance. Hemsky, again, misses that potential shot from Boiler, but a very, very tough shot. You basically see a pixel, and you might be able to get a leg shot if you're lucky.
Actually, he did land it. Like, Redker's down to 31 HP, so...
Oh, yeah.
There we are then. That's not a bad victory for them. Now IGI got to be a little bit more careful when they try and push Redgers up in towards trying to take an offensive position. Bomb on the back of Docs, 100 HP. It looks like it will be a full-blown execution on the B site. It's down to LSN Dancy. This power couple fleeted a couple of times when RGI have hit the B site, but let's see if they'll do so again. AWP out towards Coppins is totally flashed off and caught out in the open. Taylor and Mr. Hui combined for the crossfire, shutting him down, and Hemsky with a second AWP is already on rotation and here to try and deal the damage. It will be LS taking down one, but he gets traded out, and now Hemsky is totally smoked off. Will still take a blind shot through the coffin and taking down Taylor to the 3v3. Now the bomb hasn't even gotten on towards the site yet. There's 20 seconds. Actually, this can still be doable if they get some lucky shots. They can just find the kills on a bomb planter. That's all they need to do. CEX 3v3. Retake on. NK is going to be allowed to plant the bomb, but look at this boost coming in from Link. This could get very, very messy indeed. Oh, just above the smoke spots up Mr. Hui and bursts his way on towards the kill. Now it becomes very doable with the CEX side, and he sprays through it and gets the kill onto Redgers as well. It's all NK. Hemsky just tapping his way on through with the P250. Will find the kill, and the defuse will come in from the CEX side.
Nice retake. Link spraying through, basically getting tracer fire as he's got someone coming after him through the smoke. Comes away with it for 2 for him. And 8-6 for CEX. They guarantee that they will be winning this half. And I'm a B player myself, and you find that teams keep getting in there and they say, oh, let's switch it up, let's try something different. But it's a tough site to hold. It really is. You can try and get aggressive and get up in their face, but then you go catch a wave of utility and you've got to get out of there, or players on rushing you. If you sit back towards the coffins, they can deal with you. They can smoke, they can flash. As the trade comes in, and again, Dances goes down early doors over towards the B, and IGI are going to be thinking, we're getting in there, let's try it again, surely.
Now, IGI are doing very, very well at just keeping the aggression up against the CT side. They're catching off players when they let their guard down, but at the same time, CeX have got some very good peaks and picks of their own. Astro in towards 1 more to turn it into a 2-for-1 trade. So, 3 men left for IGI. They make their way into the B. Banana push once again. Docs with the AWP, and he'll be trying to play aggressive, trying to see if he can catch off LS. But look at this. Hemsky is here instead. Actually, they're both here, in fact. So this is going to be the double AWP crossfire. This may catch them off guard, or it could go very, very much against them. LS gets 2, and just like that is Mr. Hui alone once again. We'll find Hemsky looking for the second man on LS, and we'll push him back in towards that, but the rotation is well on here. Fake flash, LS looking for the one shot, and all he needs to do is just land one at this point. Getting peaked. AWP will eventually land the quick scope, and there it is. 4K for LS on the defensive. Well played from him, and IGI will go down by 3 points to towards the end of the half. But you know what? I think that's not even that bad of a T-side.
No, definitely not. It's a decent score to get. I mean, you could maybe think we should be winning on our T-side, but it depends. It can go either way. And if your CT setup isn't on point, the number of times where I've seen teams over towards the A site where they don't know what they want to do. There's one player sitting in pit, there's one that's getting aggressive, one gets taken out, and they just don't play together, and it becomes a heavily T-sided map. But you never know. Again, teams can lock it down on CT as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. A lot riding on the pistol once again. It seems to be very key, the second half pistols from the action we've seen today.
Doc with the defuse kit, he may be a key player for the IGI side. That's why he's playing towards Arch side. Quick on the rotation if he needs to be, straight in towards Speedway on the B site, which could become very, very aggressive coming out from the T side CEX. They've gone for full armor. No utility, unless you count decoy grenades, but I mean, is that really utility? Let's be fair here. It's going to be the setup in towards the A site. 2 players from both Boiler and the main balcony area ready to push out. 60-second push looks to be coming on through. No flashbangs. They're going to rely basically purely on their Angels right here. IGI might have the better weapons for the situation. Long range, they will look for it. Redgar's going to hold back for a second, but he's going to see loads of players and land 2 headshots. Mr. Hui comes through, but 2 kills come back from the CEX side, and that's all they need. They've just got to look out for Docs out towards the Arch side, coming on through from Library, just trying to spot out anybody in a 3 versus 2 will ensue. Astro turns it back to even. Suddenly, this becomes very doable for the CEX side. Low HP on both NK and Mr. Hui. However, the defuse kit has been picked up and instantly dropped as Dancy lands 2 headshots and turns it 10-6. A pistol round favour to CEX.
Glock headshots winning the day. It's like they had the silenced USPs that they picked up, but they didn't. They just used it with the pea shooters. And if you find headshots, it does damage that weapon still. No messing around. 10-6 then it is. CEX are starting to open up that advantage just a little bit. Couple of digs, upgraded pistols on the IGI side. Not going for the full force, but going what they can. That nade is probably going to do a bit of damage from Astro as we follow it. Not quite a Kobe, but Mr. Hui taken down to 82 points. CeX probably going to slow things up a bit. Now Astro goes down. Actually, they are going for it. Hemsky with a couple of frags up at the top of Banana, and that's going to open up some opportunities for them on the A site. And LS catches Redgars as he tries to rotate out.
Standardized conversion here for CEX. They're just looking to try and farm up a little bit of money, get this one over and done with. They've got themselves, 2 picks on the SMGs, and they're saving all the key weapons here with the AK investment. Dances almost goes down, which could get a little bit scary. That's when we need to pick up that AK in the exchange. But they know the A site's free. They know where the last man is. Docs has got himself a Mac 10, so it needs to be shut down pretty effectively by LS as he comes around this corner. And indeed, he finds the head, and that will be that for that round. So IGI getting a couple picks, but sadly nothing significant. Nothing that CEX can't recover from in this case, and let's see what they will buy down. Potentially 2 more AKs. Well, actually, Astro's going to go in with a Mac 10 once again. Will Hemsky go ahead and do the same, or will he get the... Yep, get the AK out. Okay, so up against the full eco, standard anti-eco from the T side. IGI looking to concede one more round here.
Yeah, you can see Dancy's tensing up, like, don't drop them the second round AK, don't make it look costly. And they are going to be able to pick that one up from the bottom of Banana, actually, but a couple of CeX frags come in, and they go and they defend the AK like it's the bomb. Hemsky, how many was that for him now? That's a 2K for him, and he's starting to collect some frags to his name now. 12-6, and CeX are starting to get on a bit of a roll, but we're going to be seeing the first buy versus buy of the second half now.
12-6 is the scoreline post the pistol, but IGI are in a little bit of a pickle here. One more round, they could potentially lose another one after that for the eco, and that would be 14-6. That's very scarily close to map point right here for CeX, and IGI, after having such a tough battle against Xenix just a moment ago, don't really want to be losing out like this. They are going up against one of the tougher teams again. Being dealt a bit of a bad hand in this case. AWP coming out for M4s for IGI to try and defend against the T side, who are running straight on through towards this A side. Taylor Peaks does get one and gets Astro down to 19 HP, but so far it's just going to be easy. As for IGI, actually, they managed to land some very good peaks and picks, and in this case, it's down to a 3v4 with low HP on Astro and Dances. They're all held out towards the A side, but Astro lines up the first. AWP does peek out towards Cubby Corner and takes him right back out of the action. So IGI, they're keeping this well within their favor, and they know exactly where they need to aim. Redgoods gets one more on LS, knows exactly where Dances is, so Mr. Hui is rotating in mass, ready just to try and shut him down with a nice spray. He does control it very, very well indeed. That will be the first CT round for IGI.
It will. You know, looking strong on the first buy versus buy. It was pretty much a 1v1 battles across the map. That's how it came down to, and IGI came out on top for that one. So CeX maybe need to think about being just a little bit more clever next time out. But a scoped weapon for Hemsky, but it's not one of the main players. We'll see if he can do anything with that. I'm assuming he hasn't bought that to try and peek mid with it, but we'll soon find out. I'm sure there's a better option. Just stick with the AK maybe.
Back in towards this T side default in Banana. Actually, quite a lot of aggression coming out from IGI, and you saw what they could do on that pistol round. If they can put these rifles into good effect, then that's very, very good for them. They can do some serious damage to CeX. Just like that, Mr. Hui landing a very nice flick of the wrist into Dancy's head. Turns the man advantage immediately towards the IGI side with that opening pick, and I'll CeX look a little bit scattered here. They've got two players on either side. This is a default setup, but they could be pulling the fake towards the A side, which could work out well or could work out very not so much, depending on how the aim duels go eventually. Seems like CeX might want to go ahead and rotate that bomb back in towards the A site and do go for a push. They've got 50 seconds to do so, so they have got options available, but they're starting to run out of time.
Yeah, 45 seconds left to go on the clock, and Docs throws incendiary over towards the site, and the fire bombs are coming in from the CTs. Going to try and slow up as much as they can. Make sure that when CeX do make a play on a site, they have got the minimal amount of time to get things done. Mr. Hui might have some action. Astro's got one at the yellow roundabout barbecue. But CeX made their entry onto the A site, actually. This has been perhaps a good foil. Plant's going to come in. But Hemsky going to put that in the corner. LS for company. Hemsky has seen and has found Taylor. 2v2 then. Retake is potentially on. Docs with the AWP. That's going to be a difficult one. He's got the angles to watch, and that's the best that he can do with that particular weapon. Got Mr. Hui coming in from Little Pit, but they need to get on their bike now.
2v2, and they know the AWP is watching out the cross. LS does eventually find Mr. Hui as he does get spotted out and taken down, and just like that, Docs needs to run away. He's not got enough time with this AWP to take down two more players and get instantly on towards that bomb site for the diffuser. Not enough HP as well. 48, 1v2. That's difficult to win, so he's going back towards B site. He's saving the AWP, and for IGI, that's a pretty nasty round to lose, because just like that, you get yourself a nice boost in money, and just like, and then you go back towards the single round loss bonus. So not a good look for the CTs. The AWP, saving the AWP could potentially force a buy up here, but it will be extremely weak. They got one M4 out of it, two Deagles, a P250, Kevlar, some helmets here and there, but you're going up against AKs, you know, like, it's not exactly the best thing to invest into a helmet at this particular position in time. But either way, IGI going to be going in with a standard default. Two players towards B, three towards A. Set up mostly towards the outside, and they do spot out one more player as well. Spraying on through, looking for that kill. In theory, this should be a CeX round, and they are making their presence felt as a result.
Yeah, they sure are. Going to do the best they can. A couple of deagles, so that's going to be difficult. I suppose you can hold an angle with a deagle, much like you would with an AWP, and hope that someone walks into it and that you can make the shot. But that's about all you can really do with the hand cannon, as you want to try and get aggro on it. But you don't want to do that against the rifles as well. Just try and keep everyone on the site that you can. Minute left to go on the clock. Link is going to be getting a close quarters engage with Red Guards, who could rip his face off. Oh no, he's just done the opposite. Link with the opening gambit. NK now has to move and adapt his position to cover that. So they've got Crossfire in the pit. That Molotov is going to flush Taylor out of it straight into Link's iron sights, and they're playing this so well, CeX.
3K for Link, shutting down every single player he faces. They didn't even have that bad angle, you know. There was the first man, Redger's just right there in that corner to the right-hand side. Like, that's a kill that, in theory, you should win, but just too good on those peaks right there. Link is a monster, and he opens up the A site single-handedly for CEX. IGI, well, they're leaving one more player back. Oh, whoops, that's actually the wrong player right there. They're leaving one player back over towards this archway, hoping that they find somebody. Oh, actually, meanwhile, Docs on the other side of the map is trying to see if he can get some exit frag, but they found where the AWP is. Hemsky is looking for this, and he gets taken down as well. 3v2. What? Oh my god, there's a serious amount of damage coming from IGI, but eventually CEX will try and make him pay for it. They take out the AWP, but at what cost? They've lost 3. They will be able to buy down again, and eventually they find that 5th man. That's Link with a full ace as well in that round. Very nicely done from him, but, you know, IGI on the cusp of potentially resetting the CEX lineup. You can see right here, the money still isn't looking good for several players. Link has to buy it down, Asher has to buy it down, Dance has to buy it down. Hems is going to go in with a Mac 10. You know, IGI, if they force the issue, which they're kind of going to somewhat, they've got some upgraded pistols, a bit of a half buy more than anything else, then they could find a good reset here against CEX. But this round is going to be pretty much a lot right here riding on for them. It's map point for CEX if they find this round.
And Hemsky with the Mac 10, he's over to get one. They try and push through into the apps, but there is a trade that takes place. Mr. Hui might have the one dig, finds the one dig, 3v3 CeX. He's going to pick himself up a weapon. NK gets the on-rushing Astro as they try and make a play onto the B sites. The numbers are favouring IGI. This is going to be tense. They've got Dances, he's up towards yellow. Does he know? I don't think NK knows, but it looks like he might have an inkling. He keeps checking towards that barbecue area.
Indeed, he gets baited on the peak with the Molotov. Dancy finally shuts him down and he gets access to the B site. And the retake will be on for IGI. This is almost a must-win situation for them. I think Dancy may have heard one of them make a footstep out towards that banana area. He's trying to bait the peak. Mr. Hui trying to land that 1D. He finds the head. Now it's LS with 3 HP. And a beautiful flick from the land. He didn't need to land the head, and he didn't. He landed it straight through the coffin box. A triple kill for him. And he saves IGI's bacon from going to map point.
Yeah, he sure does, and what a time to do it. Doc's a standout player in the second and the third map to a point, actually. He's sitting down on 5 and 16. So being kept very quiet, but Mr. Hui comes in to save their bacon and make it interesting. Taylor with the frag, stepping out into mid. Gutsy play at this stage in the game. You wouldn't normally expect someone to do that when they're up against it and 1 round away from that point, but he did. He picks up the frag, he's on point, he's composed, and this is some very good stuff from IGI. Mature performance, has got to be said, and Taylor with the spray down, with Docs helping him out. Hemsky's going to try and take him out of there now.
That was such a crucial victory in that last round because, I mean, you saw the T-side setup. It was just pistols, maybe a rifle there. Eventually, Link does find one, and well, Hemsky will try and back to a 3 versus 2, but IGI should have this one in the bag in theory. Actually, no, they've actually brought it very, very even. They've brought it into Kevlar and helmets and the like, so they were relying on getting those rifles, and IGI may just fall victim to the exact same thing that they tried to pull onto CEX. Link trying to peek in towards. Oh, he spots him, nicely done, takes down Redger's in pit, and turns it back to a 2v2. Loses a tiny amount of HP for it as well. The Molotov will go down, try and deny the plant, but he doesn't spread towards default, so Hemsky has allowed it in full, and he will stay here to get some site presence. Mr. Hui, meanwhile, on the other side, chimes onto Link. It's all Hemsky. Triple kill time. If he clutches this one out, then CEX go to map point, and they might even be able to potentially take the map right here. Mr. Hui trying to bait the shot, looking for the one spray, and Hemsky will find it. So A small buy is sometimes all you will need in this case. IGI proved it, and CEX just proved it right back to them. Reset, 6,200 of Mr. Hui. He might have to drop some rifles or some SMGs here, but IGI, this has got to be a belter of a round if you want to bring it back here.
Oh, yeah, they need it. Taylor with the AWP, but he's actually quite effective with the rifle. Just stepping into mid with that and picking up the shot. He's got all AKs up against him, so he maybe could have made it, but going for the AWP instead. Got to be influential with it, and he's got one already. That's Hemsky who's gone down. So IGI, at a time when they needed it, they have the advantage to a point. But, you know, if the T's want to hit 4 into a site, they still have the numbers advantage in that particular site at this stage. So IGI, they cannot be too comfortable just yet.
If there wasn't a tool between NK and Astro, then it would have been within kissing distance. They would have been a little bit too close for comfort, but not to be. The first kill comes down. Link gets one more as well. And it looks like the IGI side may start to fall apart right here. There's a 4 versus 3. A force buy from IGI. They've got a CZ out. And there's also the M4 and the AWP of Mr. Hui and Taylor. 60 seconds left for the T side. Here they come. CEX looking to try and end this one right now. Back in towards Arch side. Back in towards Truck. A little bit of presence will hold down for the backstab in case. And Astro will tap some regular positions. Looking for one of the CTs right here. Spot Stocks shuts him down. It's now down to the lone man. Taylor with the AWP on the pit area. Got to shut down the bomb plant. He spotted Dancy. Dancy spots him first, and that leaves Mr. Hui in an impossible situation. No way he's going to win this. We'll try for it anyway, and Dancy will shut him down. That's going to be 16-8.